for watching another quick tip video. My name is Bruce Schaller, and this quick tip video is going to be on making section views for model-based definition documents, or the part file. So to get started, I want to go in and show you the way I created this existing section view as it is right now, but I'm going to go in and put the dimensions on the opposite side of the part. And I want to go through the steps that you would go through, and I would even say the steps that you might go through that are incorrect, because a lot of times when I do this, I leave out a step, and there's always a way to fix it afterwards, but I want to show you how to do it correctly without leaving out the step to begin with. I will go in and do one incorrectly so you can see what I'm talking about, but realistically, to go in there and create a section view, you're usually going from one view plane, from maybe a front view of the detail of all these holes with notes, and then you're going in and detailing some more of the stuff, and as you're going along, you realize that you need to do a cross-sectional view to dimension something, because you really don't want to dimension to a hidden line or a hidden feature, even in model-based dimensioning. Even though if you did do that, when you click on a model-based dimension, it highlights the features that it's going to dimension anyway. We still wouldn't really want to dimension to a hidden feature, so there are methods to do this. Let me go in there and show you the methods that you usually use. From the start, you would go into your annotations views, and you'd find an annotation view that was in that orientation. And then you would reorient to that annotation view. And then you would go in, put it in the section mode, pick the plane or the section method. If you're going to want to dimension into the section view, make sure graphics only section isn't checked. But when you get into the section view, you're going to want to go ahead and start using the dimension expert tools to put location dimensions on the other side. Now, to do this, I'll use the location dimension tool found under model-based dimensioning, or under the old dimension expert dimensions. I'm going to use the plane method, going plane to plane, to go ahead and get this thickness. Now, if I want it to mimic my other side of my dimension, I would put in none, because I'm just going off tolerances down in the tolerance block on this one. And then I could continue to dimension any other segment plane to plane that I wanted to put in here, and my location dimension for this plane to this plane as well. And like I said, I can go in and adjust these dimensions to say none. On the other ones, I manually put in the 2x on the other side. You could do that as well if you wanted to. You could document this however you want. But now when you go back to that right view and orient towards the right again, the section is going to come off. So you really have to go back in and turn the section view back on before you go ahead and capture the view. So now if I clean these up a little bit, same way of cleaning up any other dimensions. If I want the arrows to be flipped to the outside and the text on the inside, you can do any of that stuff. If I want to head and flip these arrows, make it look a little bit closer to the other side, maybe this can go in like that, whichever way you want. So once I do that, I can go ahead and say capture my view. Capturing the view, I'm just going to go ahead and say capture the right-hand side. Now, because I'm capturing the existing right-hand view, it's always going to show whatever else was in that existing right-hand view. And unfortunately, this is the way I go about it a lot of times, especially when I don't do section views for a while. So where does this become a problem? Well, let me continue down the road, and I'm going to go back and start looking at all the other features that I got to dimension. Really at this point in time, there is no problem. It'll be left in the mode that I had it in last. If I have this one, these dimensions are going to come into this one as well because they were snapped when it was in the right view plane. So let me go in and show you the way that we should really do this. So that, first let me not get off track. Let me go back and show you where you would run into this. I'm coming along and I see that I want to dimension these features over on the right-hand side. So I now go ahead and reorient this to the right, and lo and behold, all those other dimensions are in the right view that I don't want. Just because I didn't put my right dimensions in to begin with doesn't mean I'm not going to want to put a bunch on this right side. And right now, since I put all my section view dimensions in the right annotation view, they're going to be showing up as well. Thus the problem. So how do I fix that? I'm going to just go ahead and delete this view. And then I'm going to go in and restart the section view from scratch. So we fix that. So in order to do that, what I want to do first, rather than orienting myself to the right, I want to create a brand new section view by inserting an annotation view from scratch. When I insert that annotation view, it's asking me what view plane I want to capture. So I do want to capture the right side view plane, but I only want certain dimensions in it. So the dimensions that I want to put in it, I'll go ahead and click this side of the part's dimensions and put all three of these in it and say OK here. And I can actually hide all the other annotations that aren't parallel to this view plane. And then I can go, that looks like what I want in here. And I can go ahead and check it. And that creates a whole new annotation view over here. At this point in time, I wouldn't leave it right 1 or right 2. I would go ahead and rename it right away, like maybe middle section view or something. And then you go in and capture it. And I could go orient towards that view. It doesn't really matter. But if I wanted to capture this and have these kind of cleaned up in here, I do want to spend some time orienting to that view. And then what I'm going to do is capture it. But again, before I do that, maybe put it in section mode. And then go ahead and capture that newly made view and only use the middle section annotation view. This will assure that the dimensions that you put in this new view are the only dimensions that you see in this view. So really easy way to do that. And you see my text that was in my right view that says all dimensions are still in my right view. Matter of fact, if I went in and tried to make some dimensions on a new right view by just going in, snapping a whole new right view in here after putting maybe a dimension on for size and relocating into this right view, you see the ones that I accidentally made in that section view of the right are also showing up in my right view, and I don't want them there now. If I really want those to go into my middle section view, then I would really want to right click on these dimensions and put those in my new middle section view in there. So you do have to make sure that you snap the view when it was in section view plane, And generally, anytime you make a section view, it's just a good idea to go ahead and create the new annotated view first. You could always go in and edit existing annotation views and add different dimensions from the model back into these views afterwards, all in a bunch of dimensions at once. But realistically, it's a lot easier if you go ahead and make the view first and then go and place your dimensions in it after activating it. So there's some of the pitfalls and some of the ways to fix doing detailed annotated section views inside a model-based dimensioning documentation. One thing I did want to note is within the dimension expert dimensions, putting the size dimension in for the overall diameter is a little tough inside the section view, just like it would be with our older dimension tools. So you really have to go in and look at maybe creating a multi-section view to grab the dimensions on the diameter side that you would see. In a traditional drawing, you might go in and dimension this in the side view in the drawing. And that's not really as easy to do, just like it wouldn't be using our traditional sketching and dimensioning tools when you're in a cross-sectional view. So there's some of my tips and tricks for creating section views inside a model-based definition. I hope you enjoyed this video and watched some of my other model-based definition videos and tips and tricks. Thanks again for watching it. GoEngineer video.